If you're going to play Ark, you need to get the most broken equipment you can possibly find. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get the best blueprints and loot on Genesis 1 Ascended. Hello to the crew and welcome back to another video on Ark Survival Ascended. Grab a bottle of water and let's get straight into it. In Genesis 1 Ascended, there are two ways to farm loot through missions. Firstly, there's the mission loot itself. Depending on the mission, you can get a decent amount of items, weapons and tools. The advantage is that the drop is mission specific. This means that if you're looking for something in particular, you simply pick the mission that drops that loot and you will always get very similar items, which makes farming specific loot very easy. Secondly, there are hexagons. Each mission gives you a certain amount of hexagons, which you can then use later in the HLNA shop to buy either resources, loot drops, engram points or even chibis for some extra levels. To get hexagons, there are essentially two strategies, the suitability of which varies depending on the size of your tribe. Either you tackle the really tough missions, such as Bog Beatdown on Alpha, which rewards you with 36,000 hexagons per run and takes a bit longer, or you do the really easy missions that are over in a flash, over and over again. With these missions, you'll get a maximum of 1.5k hexagons per run, but some of them can be completed in less than a minute, meaning you can do them over and over again to farm them. In my opinion, racing missions are generally the quickest to complete, which makes sense because they are about being fast. Gotta Go Fast on Volcano in particular takes almost exactly 1 minute, gives you 900 hexagons and is incredibly easy. Alternatively, you can also do missions such as the Dead Heat for 1.2k hexagons, Saber Slalom for 1500 hexagons, or Bog Rally for 1200 hexagons. All these missions take about a minute per run. The missions I personally don't like are above all the Skiff Drift Race. They just feel quite tedious because you need a lot of precise control and it quickly becomes unnecessarily frustrating if you drift the wrong way even once. The Bloodstalker races aren't really my thing either. They're just too tight for my liking and you've got hardly any room for error. And if you mess up even for a split second, you'll lose a lot of time straight away or have to start all over again. In short, both work, but for me, they're the more stressful and hectic missions compared to the other race options. If you have strong underwater creatures, there's also Moeder. You need it anyway for progression and it also gives around 36k hexagons, so it's one of the best high value missions in the game. To find the mission you want to do, the easiest way is to open your inventory, go to the missions tab, select the mission you want to do and click Track Dispatch Terminal. That will show you exactly where the terminal is on the map. Just keep in mind, this gets reset every time you teleport with HLNA, so you'll need to retrack it again after that. Once you arrive at the terminal, press E, select the difficulty in the radial menu and after a short moment, the mission starts. Every mission also gives different loot. That means you need to know in advance what you're farming, otherwise you will waste time doing the wrong mission. That's why it's important to always check what drops were. And here is a short list of the most important drops from most missions, so take a screenshot and never use it again. By the way, I'm at around 10k subs. My goal is to hit 20k subs by the end of the year. So if you enjoy these guides, hitting subscribe would really help. As a thank you, I'm giving away 3 Tides of Fortune DLCs. Just subscribe, leave a comment and post a screenshot as proof in my giveaway channel on Discord. The winner will be drawn at the end of the month. Good luck! You can use your hexagons to buy crates in the Hexagon Shop by talking to HLNA. But don't do this out in the open, because as soon as you buy a crate, it gets consumed instantly and the items go straight into your inventory. There are 3 different crate tiers and each one focuses on a different type of loot. They all have their own theme, but in general, lower tiers can still drop items from higher tiers, just in worse quality, quantity and lower drop chance. Tier 1 crates are kinda more focused on consumables and basic items. Tier 2 crates lean more towards weapons, armor and saddles, and tier 3 crates are the high-end ones like tech gear, structures, mining drill and element. They're not really comparable like a strict upgrade path, because even tier 1 can already give really valuable loot. So instead of always buying the highest tier, it's usually better to target the exact tier you actually need and just farm that until you get what you need. If you have the Tides of Fortune DLC, you can also build your own market. There, you can sell items and resources and other players can pay you in hexagons. In PvP, this is probably less relevant. But in PvE, it can actually become a strong way to farm hexagons, especially if you're selling things like element or bulk resources that breeders constantly need. In the Hexagon Shop, you're also not limited to crates. You can directly buy resources you need or even chibis. Once the files are available, I'll update Arc Intel so all of the new beacons are included. Until then, just check out my site. You'll find the link in the video description. If you have bought the Tides of Fortune DLC, you've got some more ways to get your hands on some loot. First, Outposts. Outposts are one of the best ways to farm high quality loot on Genesis. They can spawn all across the ocean biome. Outposts use a set of predefined spawns, so the best strategy is simply to fly or swim around and check each location until you find one. All of the outposts come in 3 different difficulties, not only increasing the level of creatures and thralls attacking, but also the amount of types of the creatures attacking you. You can get a decent amount of near-capped weapons and armor pretty fast with a couple of easy outposts. Outposts are quite tough, and you will need at least the Brigantine and the upgraded cannonball so you can do more damage to ships and buildings. It's best though to have already unlocked some of the ship skills from the skill tree, as otherwise it will be really difficult. You can't have any creatures in the naval battle to help you, and ships can only be upgraded through these skills. First, you stay on your ship and destroy pirate defenses. You'll need to take out artillery towers, usually 6 on Gamma, 8 on Beta and 11 on Alpha. While doing that, enemy ships will spawn and attack you depending on difficulty. The easiest way to handle this phase is using reinforced ammunition. It can one-shot most structures and quickly sink ships. You can swap out ammunition using an ammo box on your ship and pressing R. Once everything is cleared, you go ashore. Here you will fight pirate thralls and capros, and you need to collect dynamite from them. The dynamite is used to blow up loot stashes, 5 for small ones and 10 for the final one. Be careful, because if you don't fully destroy a stash, thralls can steal your dynamite and reset the progress. After the last stash is destroyed, a boss spawns. It's usually a simple fight, just deal damage and survive. When it dies, you get a 1-minute escape timer. If you stay too long, the island kills you. After that, the outpost collapses and the loot spawns in the center. You can also find treasure bottles in the ocean biome. These are in fact nothing more than treasure maps or dragon hoards we're already familiar with. You can find these bottles by walking along the beach or destroying another ship with your own and then looting its drops. After that, simply activate them in your inventory and you'll be shown where they are located. Then grab your shovel, head to the spot and simply dig up the treasure. The new creature, the Parrot, has a really cool new ability. I think it sounds a little more powerful than it actually is, but it can make your life a lot easier. In addition to what every shoulder pad can do, it can show you nearby loot. Whether it's beacons, cave loot, apex or alpha creatures. Apex creatures drop trophies that you need for bosses. It only shows you loot that you can actually loot. So if you're standing next to a red drop at level 5, the Parrot won't be of any help. I think it's a bit pointless for the drops because, well, you can really see them pretty well anyway, and with a cave loot it depends on which cave you're in. For example, in the loot cave on Valguero or in Astreus, I don't need a Parrot, but in the ice cave on Arland or other more complex caves, it could be very useful. And another very useful resource is Arc Intel. If you want to know where to find specific loot, how to get blueprints and search for exactly what you need, check out Arc Intel. And don't forget my giveaway! I hope you liked this video and I'm thrilled to read if this video has helped you. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.